It's a beautiful day in the
All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean coming at you. Are we live? Is this thing on?
Go ahead.
This is Mr. Mean. Tonight's part 2 of our low fantasy gaming, hosted by the immaculate, the immeasurable, the inconceivable Mr. Hobbs. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. As Mr. Mean said, we got another low fantasy gaming, according to Mr. Mean, coming at you live. Do you want to go to the group chat so we can see everyone and have an introduce, or do you want to say something else there, my man?
I wanted to actually just get starting on my left. Miss Joann, please introduce yourself and your character. And if you have a presence on the web, please let us know.
Hi, I'm Joann. I play Angie the Barbarian, and I am one half of Angel's Citadel.
Woot woot! And then we've got the ever awesome Josh. Tell us about yourself. Who are you playing?
Who is playing Lothar, the Human Ranger. I am the other half of Angel's Citadel.
Woot woot! And then, of course, next up is Mr. Hobbs.
I'm Jason Hobbs. I'm in the middle of Angel's Citadel. No, not really. I am actually Jason Hobbs for Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood, where you're watching this game. I'm the host of Hobbs and Friends. I am playing Mavius, the guy who seems to get us all in trouble quite a bit. He is a wizard and a criminal. We'll just say a wizard, I guess.
Yeah, let's leave the criminal part, because, one man's bread is another man's butter, right? And then
Criminal's
last
a very
but
loose
not
definition.
least, the most amazing, one of the founding members of the GRC, is that correct?
No, actually, I came in later.
Well, fuck it, I've already said it, so let's roll with it. The awesome Nasser Super Beast. Who are you playing tonight, sir?
I am playing Rudiger, mercenary fighter.
Awesome. Human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, this is the kind of pains that we go through here at the Hobbs and Mr. Mean show. Nasser, it's 5 a.m. there where he's at. He took a cat nap so he could get up and play to entertain you lousy lot. So you guys better enjoy this, or I'm going to be mean. Anyway,
Oh, no.
where we
even look
last
tired.
left our intrepid heroes, they had just rescued a little girl. Mavius, what was the name of that little girl?
Jeez, I'm getting called out. I better go find my Chloe, I think. And I didn't even find my notes yet. Look at that.
Chloe, yeah, that's right. And you guys rescued her. The other little boy, Tom, was dead. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Has anyone told the butcher?
We had a whole
Yeah,
scene
we
where
brought
I
his
told
body back. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I just was checking to see if anybody remembered. So we literally, you guys have turned in everything. You've been paid by Lord Brayton, and you've made your way back to Rumbleton's, which is hopefully what you guys are. Let me do this real quick and activate. Hopefully everybody will see this. You guys can, the bartender is right there. It's the awesome little Foundry generic logo right there. And I see everybody's mouse moving on the screen. And there you go. There's a ping feature now. So if you left click and you hold down, you should be able to ping. So you're in the bar. It's full with some patrons. The bartender is a female human. And she is, Rumbleton is nowhere to be seen at this time. The shelves and everything, like I said before, are filled with curiosities from across the land. Books. I'm sure Mavius has made an attempt to try and read every book since he's been staying here. Maybe even stolen one or two. I hope not, but maybe. At which point, that same guard that you saw before that worked for Lord Brayton comes through the door, and he looks and he sees you, Mavius, and he gives you kind of a nod, and you see there's a cart outside. And there's something on it with a piece of canvas over it. And he comes and he says, Mavius, sir, may I have a moment of your time?
Are you sure you don't want to talk to Lothar?
No, nope. You're the first one I saw, and if it's okay with you, I would like to have a moment. He said, you can bring the rest of your companions if you so
all right,
desire.
yeah, very good then. Lothar and do we know Rudiger at this point, or we don't even know him? Or?
No, he's sitting in the corner somewhere, just I'm sure having a nice frothy milk.
So we want to invite him then.
Yeah. And you guys step outside with the knight, and you see there's a simple cart. It's being drawn by a draft horse, and there's a piece of canvas, and he says, Lord Brayton found this down in the catacombs after we went down there to clear out the rest of the things that you guys dealt with. And he throws open the cart, and there's this chest. And it is a 2-foot mahogany chest edged with gold and studded with amber gemstones. And you see that it's got like this intricate looking lock on it. And he says, we have not been able to open it, but it was found there, and Lord Brayton thought that it'd probably best that it go to you for all your hard work. So my men can bring it inside. You have rooms here at Rumbleton's, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So you guys, they'll offload it off the cart. Like I said, it's 2 feet long, so it's a decent sized little chest. And it seems to be heavy. The two guys are like, as they pick it up, and they drop it, right there. And then, the knight nods to you and says, I'm sure we'll be in touch again. Peace be with you. And he gets on the cart and rides off into the, back to the castle. So you have this beautifully chest edged with gold and studded with amber gemstones and a big lock on it sitting at your feet. What would you like to do?
So we're in our rooms now, right?
Oh no, you're at the front there. They drop.
Oh shit! I thought you were saying they put it.
Probably strong enough to pick it up and take it.
Yeah, Angie just kind of sighs, picks it up, throws it over one shoulder, and walks into the thing.
Angie, it's pretty heavy. There's definitely something. You can hear things moving around in there. There's something inside of it. She
will make a faint grunt noise.
Yes. So are you going to take it up to your rooms?
Yep.
All right. Mavius, give me, and Lothar, give me perception test. Remember, for those following along at home, rolling low on skills is good. Rolling high in combat is good.
That'll be a great success for me.
Yeah, I think Mavius too, huh?
No, almost, not quite.
Oh, you missed it by what?
1.
Oh,
1, yeah.
By 1, yeah. Bummer.
It's all right.
You see this fighter-looking character. Nasser, why don't you describe what your guy looks like?
What you guys see is this guy is about 6'2", dressed in like full plate armor. Has a great sword on the table, which he's sharpening, and another short sword. So this guy is like taking care of his equipment. He's got black short hair, blue eyes, a bit of stubble, beard. That's it.
Is it, how do you say it? Rudiger? Rudiger, you have a missive from Lord Brayton telling you to present this to the ranger known as Lothar, which you heard Mavius say his name. So you've kind of have a description of those three. And of course, no one can miss the barbarian. And so in a missive, a little piece of paper, and you can see Mavius. The barbarian has grabbed this very intricate, nice-looking chest and slung it over her shoulder. She's only half scorned. And they start heading to the stairs to go up. Do you stop them, or do you hail them, or do you just wait for them to come back down?
I would say greetings. Trying to get their attention.
So Mavius, Lothar, you see this gentleman that just described himself, and he hails you.
Oh, hey there, Mavius says, trying to block his view from this gigantic chest. Nothing to see here, sir. Nothing to see.
You see that the fighter is holding a piece of parchment that looks. It's got a seal on it. You can actually, with those rolls, you actually recognize it to be Lord Brayton's seal.
I'll step in front of the group and give them an opportunity to go kind of behind me back where they were going anyway. Can I help you, sir?
I'm supposed to deliver this to you from Lord Brayton. And I kind of hand it to him. If you're Lothar.
I am. He'll take the paper and look at it.
Yeah, you pop the seal on it. It's a wax seal. Angie, do you continue heading up to the rooms, or do you just wait?
Angie will stop and kind of huff.
Yeah, like, guys are holding me up here. Lothar, you crack open the paper, and it's a missive from Lord Brayton that says, Rudiger is a very capable man-at-arms and would make a fine addition to your adventuring company, and as he may have more work for you, he thinks that you could use his assistance, and he needs the coin. He has served the crown in the past, and would be a fine addition, so he bids you to take him into your employ. If you would have him, you're obviously... You know that kind of letter is kind of like, you can interview him, and if you don't think he fits for the group, you could boot him. But, he's coming with high marks from Lord Brayton, so probably not a total tool, but you never know.
I don't know. He does have that one guard down in the basement. All right. If you'd like to... join us, we can have a conversation about your skills and what perhaps we might be able to find use for them.
Yeah, and Radigar, you've been briefed by Lord Brayton that this is the group that rescued his daughter and used the utmost discretion, and they were very quick about it. So they seem like the type of people that you would want to work for. They're quick to act, responsive, and intelligent. They're not just muscle and brawn and kill everything in their way. So
I've been well informed about you by Lord Brayton. What I can offer you is I'm good with swords. I can use most weapons, and I've worked a few jobs for Lord Brayton before, and that is why I come recommended.
Let us perhaps take this conversation out of prying ears, and we can discuss it among the whole group
as you see fit.
Yeah. And you were told that they had rooms here, and Lord Brayton has paid for 2 nights for you for a room as well. So your room just so happens to be right next to theirs. So you guys I assume head up to your room, Mavius?
For sure. Sounds good.
All right. So you guys get up into your room. I'm not going to switch scenes. You get up into your room, and Angie puts the chest down. Rudiger is there, and he's just standing there looking and posing at his 6'2" self. Obviously a man at arms. What do you guys? Angie, there's a big lock on that chest, and it looks like the kind of lock that you can't break off. You could, but it would ruin the chest. Mavius, it looks like the kind of chest that people keep important things in, and also it's probably would fetch a fair piece of coin if you were to sell it to the right person. But you guys definitely can, especially Angie, you can tell there's something, the weight in there, and it shifts a little bit. There's something in there. So I don't know if you want to address the chest or if you want to deal with Rudiger. Your name is killing me. First.
Rudiger.
German.
He messed up my name the whole first session too, and asked her, "Don't feel bad. I think it's just him."
I'm from Brooklyn. It's not my fault. You're lucky I walk upright. We've had this conversation.
He even called Angie a couple times, I think, but I'm not positive.
Well, it is a manly-looking woman.
Mavius will come close to Lothar and ask, "Well, do you want to try, or would you like me to?" Because he does know that Lothar is capable with traps and locks himself.
I can give it a try first. While I'm doing that, why don't you see how you find Rudiger and see if you'd be interested in having him join our enterprise. I hand him the paper from Lord Brayton.
I was going to ask though. I don't remember. Is there a help in this game? I don't remember, to be honest.
What do you? Oh, you mean as far as like skill checks and stuff?
Like if both of us did it together, do we get advantage?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, if you have the skill, which you both do, and you have tools, which I think you both do, yes, you can make a skill check, and if you succeed, you can give him advantage. And if that's not how it works, that's how I'm saying it works.
Do you want to do that?
So yeah, you'd make yours first, and then if you succeed, I'll roll twice.
So right. I'll pass it on to Angie and motion over to the new guy. See if Angie wants to read this letter. Haze.
Look at the letter and sniff it.
Yeah, she starts eating it.
And just okay, and then puts it in her mouth.
Did not need toilet paper.
She'll walk over to Rudiger and go, "You're very shiny."
Okay, hold on one second, Angie. Since they want to dive into this chest, and rightly so. First of all, it's going to be at a -3.
Oh.
So, I think that would still succeed, right?
Yes.
An 11.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let that roll stand, but you need to roll again because you have to roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
It's a very difficult lock.
All right, so I don't help you.
Yeah. So what that means now is, Lothar, you have to roll with disadvantage. So you're gonna, you know how disadvantage works, right? Roll 2d20, and you take the lowest. And then, yeah. So
Reroll pool.
Yeah, you could use your reroll pool. Now you're second level, so you have 2.
I have 3. I'm human.
Oh, that's right. Look at him getting all.
3?
Yes.
Yeah, humans get an extra one.
Only if the GM is allowing alternate races, which I am. So you guys will run into dwarves and elves.
So I get 3 too, then. I mean,
yes, you do. Well. Everybody who's playing a human has 3.
2, 3. Ow.
You still suck.
Apparently.
Yeah, and you can't use it multiple times on the same skill unless the situation changes in some way, shape, or form. So, but that being said, where are we going here?
We're not going to be able to pick it.
I'm all confused. Right now you can. You can try again later.
No, Mavius and Lothar are kind of standing around looking at the lock and turning it over in
you
our
actually
hand.
broke one of your picks. Snap. So, yeah, it's definitely some sort of weird lock. You've never seen it before. And so, Angie, you're talking to this 6'2", correct? Beefcake of a man.
Yeah.
And you have a piece of paper. Do you know how to read?
No, Angie does not know how to read.
So you're trying to figure out why Mavius gave you toilet paper, because that's the only analogous thing you can think of. Yeah, well, actually, you probably know what paper is, but it serves no purpose.
Yeah,
to
she's just gonna fold it back up and then stick it in her, breastplate and study the man. You're very shiny.
Yeah, he's wearing a lot of metal.
I keep my armor in good condition.
Yeah, you can see it's well oiled and it's obviously. I mean, it's seen some wear, but it's kind of like you guys. He's new to this whole adventuring thing, but it looks like evidently he's proven himself to Lord Brayton. Because even though you can't read, you know what Lord Brayton's seal looks like. It's that wolf. Remember, like the wolf rearing up, and it's got that seal. Now, of course, it's broken in half because Lothar, popped the seal on it. But you recognize the seal, and he's, he seems. He's just standing there, I guess, being kind of quiet. Is that right?
Yeah, he's kind of quiet, studying. He only tells her that he keeps his armor in good condition, and then he says, "Would I have seen her fight before on the pits? Because she when she was a gladiator."
Are you from that area?
I probably would have maybe passed by there for the.
Go ahead and what would be the intelligence? I guess maybe. Yeah,
So
give me an intelligence. I'll give it to you with advantage, so you can roll 12. Oh well, you don't need it. Yeah, you have definitely seen it. She actually, you know her name. You didn't change your name, right, Angie? It's the same name you used when you were in the pits.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you know that this barbarian named Angie, she won her freedom fighting in the pits, which is very rare. It doesn't happen a whole lot of the time. And she won her freedom, and she took that freedom to take on the life of adventuring, as you are, and she is seems quite competent. I mean,
then I will say that to her. You may not know me, but I made a lot of money betting on you. You made me a lot of money.
She's going to look at him for a minute and then give him a smile and pull him in for a hug. My shiny.
my shiny. I'll hug him and squeeze him and call him my own.
He kind of feels
George.
Okay. He smiles.
Yeah, I mean, you just get this, bear hug from this mountain of a woman. So
Yeah, and he kind of knows that she's like a great warrior. He's seen her fight before. He's bet.
you definitely have seen her fight, and like you said, you won a lot of money off of her. So yeah, you're very positive. Lothar and Mavius, what are you doing with this chest? It has appeared to have stymied you for the moment.
I kind of get the impression that Angie is the go ahead and do stuff, where sometimes Lothar and Mavius fall into the theoretical, where we just talk about doing stuff and not really doing it. So I think
probably.
we're over here like, well, did you try? And we're just continuing to do that, and then maybe when that happens, we're like,
Counterclockwise.
No, use the other lockpick.
Like two old married couples. You're doing it wrong.
was there a key in that envelope? What? How did we miss this downstairs?
Yeah, he didn't say. But yeah, the chest looks kind of old, like maybe from a different era. Like they don't make chests like this anymore. Like the lock, maybe, and that could be why you're having such a hard time picking it. But you do realize the lock is part of the lid, so if you break it, it's going to diminish the value of it. But that's up to you guys what you want to do. I mean, you could possibly maybe go try to find a lockpick. Find somebody who could pick it. It's up to you. It's however much importance you want to put on it. But it's not the end all be all of it.
If they're spending too long on the chest, Angie will drag Rudiger over and go, Mavis, Lothar, my shiny.
Yeah, it's about that time. You're starting to get bored. So while they're standing back looking at, if we did this, and then we, and yeah.
It appears you have been welcomed into our happy home there, Rudiger. How did you find Lord Brayton's eye?
I used to be a part of a mercenary company before that got decimated in a battle. So I came here looking for work, and he seemed welcoming.
Yeah, and he did actually give you a job, and which is why he has pointed you to these, because he thinks it's going to take more than just you to do it. He has explained it to you, Rudiger, that outside the keep, across the bridge, is the farmlands. And while they do have patrols, and they obviously the Crow's Keep, kind of watch over it, the people that live outside of the keep are kind of on their own. But there's a lot of farmers, they sometimes are attacked by barbarians and wandering monsters and that kind of thing. But it's close enough to the keep that usually they can send up an alarm, and like some knights will, or some rough riders will ride out and assist the villagers. And, they can always, come to court and plead their case if, something's going bad. So this is a tumultuous time. because the lands to, I believe it's the southeast, are threatening Crow's Keep. And so, while not on the not at war at the moment, they are on the brink. There's little skirmish battles and borderlands battles between the Midlanders, which is pretty much you guys, and then the Hobbs, help me, I can't think of the name of the bad guys. Nissians, right?
Nidisians.
Nidisians, yeah. Which the Nidisians, if I remember correctly, are kind of tall, swarthy, Nubian almost.
Yeah, Romanesque. That's actually what Mavius is Nidisian.
Right. Yeah. So he's, are you olive skinned? Are you
Dark
tan?
skinned.
Dark skinned?
Yeah, certainly mahogany, dark skinned.
Yeah. Now, do you have like the kinky hair, or is it plaited, or are you bald? You're bald, okay. And you're usually wearing a hood, correct?
No, just bald.
No, you just bald. Okay.
Let's go for it. I'll own it.
Yeah. So he definitely looks like a Nidisian. And so the guards and everything have a little, they have a little more preoccupied presence in the southeast than they do worrying about these farmlands. Although the castle kind of relies on the farmlands, and they're scattered all, outside that side to the southwest of the bridge. So what you were hired for was to meet up with these guys and go investigate those farms, because there's been over the last 2 weeks, they've had no word. They've sent a couple guards out. Those guards have not come back, and they're a little worried because there's the shipments of cabbage and carrots and stuff like that, the vegetables and some livestock. While some is kept here in the keep, they send a lot from the farmlands, and they haven't been getting as much. They're still getting some because it's a pretty large swath of land, but they've noticed, and of course the king asked Sir Brayton to look into it since he's kind of the right-hand man. And so Brayton is trying to keep other things, in check, which you're not privy to. But he did ask you to meet up with these guys, and then, go head over there to the southwest to the farmlands and see what you can see. So your rooms here I believe, are still being paid for by Lord Brayton. Is that correct? For the rest of the group, I think he paid for the
moment.
week,
Yeah,
right?
I think he paid for the week.
Yeah, so it's been literally the second day after he's agreed to pay. Your room, Rudiger, has been paid for 2 days, but now that you're part of their group, if you talk to Rumbleton, he'll tell you that, he's just lumping it in, so you guys, there's 4 of you, so 2 to a room if you want, whatever. He doesn't care. But the rooms, he keeps them locked, and he doesn't allow anybody to go, mooching around. So you guys kind of have a little direction that you should probably go check out the farmlands. It's early in the morning. It is about to get through town, over the bridge, and head out to the farmlands. It's probably about an hour journey on horse. It's a little ways away. You guys don't have horses, so you'd either have to hoof it, or you'd have to maybe find some horses.
I would ask Rumpleton if he's got a stable.
Oh, yes, Rumpleton knows a lot. And he'll tell you that old Maverick runs the stables. And he be selling a fine draft for you.
I'm fine.
We just need...
And Rumbleton is appears to be a dwarf, long beard, kind of balding on top. He's thinning, gray hair. He used to be an adventurer. Took an arrow to the knee. You know how it goes. But now he runs Rumbleton's, and it's pretty well known. The beer, the ale is cheap and strong, and the food is expensive. But once you get a couple drinks in you, you don't really care about the price anymore. So, and that's kind of how he likes it. So, he tells you Maverick. No, Rumbleton does not have a wife. He's single, if you're interested.
I will ask Lothar and the rest of the group. I'm going to go get myself a horse because I can't walk for long in this armor.
Yeah. And it is summer, so it's quite warm out. And like I said, it's it's probably getting close to 10 a.m.
Should I rent horses for the rest of us?
Sure.
You have coin?
Yeah, we have.
You guys have coin.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
have
if
coin.
Rudiger has coin.
Then I just make my way to Maverick and choose like some good horses that are good for the party.
Lothar, do you go with him, or do you just give him some coin to go get horses?
I will go with him.
All right.
All right.
Mavius, what are you doing while they go off to go rent horses?
You said that it looked like it was a chest from an earlier era.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can go through any of the books downstairs that might help detail what the era could be, or maybe look more closely at the chest to see if there's any markings that might give me a hint towards that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a skill roll with whatever you think is appropriate. Lore, whatever knowledge you have.
I could do gather information int if you'd like.
I'll give that to you, yeah, because there's quite a few books here, and you're also very learned.
Nope.
So
I'm not very good at gather information int either, but we'll do it anyway. I have Arcane Lord. Let's just do that, though. That makes some sense. My guy actually isn't all that learned because he stole his magic from a hedge wizard. So there you go. Still good.
yeah, not bad. Yeah, you do manage to run across a book that it's like a carpentry book of some kind from the Second Age, and you can't really read the language that well. You pick out words and stuff like, a couple here and there. The book is it's seen a fair amount of use, but you see it's some sort of like carpentry book, and it talks about building. One of the things it talks about, and you, like I said, you pick up words and there's some diagrams in there. But it's basically this chest seems to be like the type of materials and things that they would have made back then. And you do pick up something about, intricate locks and, things like that. So yeah, it's obviously this, if it's similar or is from the Second Age, it would fetch a fair penny to certain scholars.
By doing this research, is it possible in checking the diagrams that I might have a better chance, or I have an opportunity to pick it again?
So you rolled below an 8, so that's a great success. Yes.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 6. So yeah, I would say you were able, if you spend time. I mean, and we're talking like 2 hours or more. You spend some time, you're just going through your lock picks and working at it, that you'll be able to roll a normal lock pick without the disadvantage. You'll only be at a -2 to your skill instead of the -3.
Okay, I will try that. If they're back before then I'll wait until they return, or I can do.
I'm not gonna make you role play out renting horses. You go to the local Avis stable, and you're able to find 4 horses. I don't believe Low Fantasy Gaming makes riding a horse a skill, so to speak. So I'm assuming everybody will be able to do the basics. You're not going to ride into combat or anything, hopefully. So yeah, we won't require any major skill rolls to ride a horse. So you're able to Lothar and Rudiger, you're able to rent 4 stout horses with saddle and tack and bring them back. It's taken you, I would say round trip a good hour, to get over there to haggle. It's going to set you back 20 gold. If you bring them back in like 3 days, he'll give you 5 gold back. And then, of course, if you bring them back, they got to come back alive and unharmed.
Right. The 100 gold pieces that we got for Chloe, was that 100 each, or was that 100 total?
Total.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed, gold is very stingy in this game, which is fine because that's the kind of GM I am anyway. So that was
So
your
that was 20 for 4, right?
Yeah, 20 for 4. If you bring him back within 3 days, he'll give you 5 back. So, Mavius, are you going to attempt to pick the lock?
Do you need some money from all of us, like 5 gold pieces you want us to chip in, or what? What's the story there, I guess?
Or did you guys divvy up the gold yet? Because remember, he gave you a big sack with 100
yeah,
gold.
You could have just paid it. That's fine with me.
Yeah. So
Let me know
I
when I have
was assuming Lothar was the accountant of the group.
That's great for me.
Yeah.
All right, yes. I will try it again. So I don't think I have a way. It just rolls, so I don't have a way to do a modifier. We'll just have to add that in.
You could do /R, and make the roll.
Oh, sorry. So I got a 14. My roll is a 17, so that means a 16. So that means I succeeded.
Yeah, so it takes you quite a while. When you guys come back, sorry, I cost the party gold. Well, no, they still got to get out to the farmlands with or without the horses, so they were going to have to do something anyway. So you guys come back. Angie, what are you doing this whole time? Are you downstairs drinking, or are you watching Mavius? Like, his brow is sweating. He's got like the tongue stuck, trying to, he's flipping through books and making notes on parchment. And, he's been at this for like over an hour.
Angie's just watching.
Stop watching me. No wonder I'm having so many problems, Angie.
Performance anxiety.
Like sex.
This is like sex to me. I have told you.
Yeah, and you probably, that pick you used, I would say at this point, your thieves' tools are pretty worn. You're going to probably want to look at replacing them. You might be able to get one more use out of them, but you're pretty sure. Basically, what I'm saying is the next test you make to use your thieves' tools, you just want to make a note. You're going to be at disadvantage because your tools are just jacked. They weren't that good to start with. Starting adventurers, and all that. But yeah, you've worn out your tools, filed things down to a nub. Yeah. But yeah, eventually, Angie, you're sitting there, and he's like, there's sweat pouring off his brow, and he's got like a little, almost like sandpaper piece of bark, and he rubs his fingertips across it, and he's like delicately maneuvering these, and all of a sudden you hear a click, and you see that the lock literally just kind of disengages, and you realize maybe it's that the chest is open.
The lock is open, or the chest opens?
The lock is open.
Okay.
And we haven't filled the room with poison gas yet.
Well, now that you mention it, no, there's doesn't appear to be any traps on it. Although you didn't say you were checking for traps. I should have hosed you, but am I not a kind and benevolent GM?
Indeed.
You should have hosed him.
I should have hosed him. Next time. Well, I already hosed him by, taking away his thieves' tools, basically.
All this hose talk is making me uncomfortable. Angie.
Wait till we put you in the gimp suit.
I haven't gotten up to go to the bathroom yet.
There you go.
Anyway, perhaps we should wait for the others before we open it.
Angie's going to walk over there and lift the lid and peer in.
I'm all aflutter with anxiety.
So you open the lid, and the first thing that greets you is this hand. It's a very small hand, but looks like it's silver. And do you pick it up, and there's a sack in there too, about the size of a grapefruit.
I'm gonna investigate the sack.
So you lift up the sack. It's got a little weight to it. If you open the sack, you see that it's filled with gold coins.
Ooh, shiny. And she's gonna hug it and pet it. My shiny.
It's pretty heavy. If you take the time to count it, It's 390 gold pieces. And maybe it's because you are.
Just didn't know how to count.
Yeah. I'm assuming you know how to count. I'm assuming Mavius would have counted it.
She'll
and you
hand
realize,
it back to Mavius and go, "You count."
yeah, you realize that the silvered hand is just like some sort of piece of ornament. Like maybe it was to a cane or something, or maybe a staff. And it was because you can, when you look at the bottom of it where the wrist would be, you can see that there's a, like a hole, like it was mounted onto a staff or something. You could see there's some what looks like fragments of old wood or possibly leather.
Between the book and this, is there? Do I know like what culture maybe this is from, or any culture, or are we flying blind?
Basically, towards the equator, there was, and I'll give you some time. I'll say while they were doing it and everything, and this is a chest that belonged to basically right around the area where the Nadicians came from before they were Nadicians. These equatorial people, they were known to be great sorcerers and wizards, and they worshipped a lot of different gods, chaos gods, good gods, whatever. And stuff like this chest, I mean, you'd have to get it appraised, but you probably think you could fetch a couple hundred gold pieces for that chest. Like the inside is this like most immaculate soft leather you've ever seen. And then, the hand, if you can give me, I don't believe they have an appraised skill, but you can give me an intelligence check.
I think the amount of money that it's worth isn't that interesting. I mean, it's interesting, but not as interesting of the concept that maybe one of these items could have a sorceress capabilities. And that's truly where Mavius's interests lie, things beyond the veil. So I'm not going to cast Pierce the Veil, but I will use, at second level, I can like attune to the veil, and like anybody can check to see if something's magical. It's just,
right.
I think
you have an innate ability, right?
I can do it quicker, and I get advantage on the perception check.
Okay. So you can go ahead and roll that if you so desire.
All right. I need it because my perception is garbage.
Now you see the little. There's also the dice. There's the dice calculator right there. You see right above the chat window. There's a little D20 next to the bullseye. By the chat window. Just for future references for everybody. That is a dice calculator, and one of the things it has is advantage and disadvantage built into it.
Can anyone see what he's talking about?
Do you guys see the?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
So in the chat, if you use the chat tab, you go towards the bottom right next to where it says public roll.
Yeah.
There's a target and a dice. A 20-sided die icon. When you click that, it's a dice calculator.
Yeah.
So I don't see advantage in there. But I can roll 2d20, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
You could do that, yeah. You can also do it down at the bottom, right above where it says roll. There's the
parentheses or KH or KL.
No, you can just hit that D20 there twice.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. You can click it twice and then roll, and then there you go.
That added them together. Interesting.
Yeah, but you saw what the dice were.
Yeah. Anyhow, I rolled a 3. So
yeah.
That's a great success.
So the hand at one time probably was some sort of magical focus. It does radiate a very, 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 very faint magic. Like at one time it was used as some sort of magical implement focus device. But it doesn't, as far as you can tell, it does not appear to have any lingering magical properties. It is just a silvered, intricately carved hand. It's tiny. It's about the size of a monkey's hand. It's not human sized. It's about half the size of a human hand.
Behold, Angie. It is a fist from the very second age, and its magic is powerful, and I shall keep it. And I put it in my pocket.
Okay. You realize just because of who you are, it's probably worth about 180 gold.
Not because it's worth 180 gold either, Angie, but because its magics are powerful.
Angie's just going to reach over and pet his head and say, "You need more sleep."
Perhaps. But for now, more coffee. I'll be back.
More coffee. Called it. Angie, you're killing me. Alrighty, so you guys get back. You can see you step into the room just as Angie's patting him on the head, and she's holding a sack that you guys didn't see before. And it's it's about the size of a grapefruit, and it seems like it's got some weight to it. And as she moves, you hear it jingle. And any of you look at the coins, they don't look like the current mint of gold.
Ah, you got it open. Nice.
He sweated, and then it opened. He sweated it open.
He sweated it open. Angie, do you tell him how much coins are in there, or?
And he got a hand.
So that's a no. Mavis, do you show him the hand?
No, Mavius goes into a very long description about where this came from, who likely was the carpenter, then this hand and why it's in a fist this way, and that it's quite magical, and now we are more powerful than ever before. Ultimate power. Maybe. Perhaps.
Rudiger, you are bored beyond belief. These guys are supposed to be adventurers? What?
He just stayed.
So unless there is anything you wish to do, it is probably...
Angie will give the bag of gold to Lothar and then scoop up Mavis and start rocking him like a baby. It's so
Say you have enough time to grab some food. And then,
I think he's like getting
Mavis, do you object to this treatment?
I think I'm probably used to it, and as long as I'll check my pocket to make sure I still have the fist, I'll enjoy this bosom rocking.
A couple of minutes later, you look over. Mavis has got his thumb in his mouth and going to sleep. It's better than a kitten. Some say he even purrs. All right.
Lothar doesn't bother looking up. He just kind of starts talking to Rudiger. You get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Rudiger, you're just like, this is the weirdest group I've ever seen.
Yeah, they don't act like soldiers.
Nope, not at all. So you guys have some time to eat some food, and you can do. Is anybody doing anything in particular? Mavius is getting rocked to sleep by Angie. Rudiger, is there anything you wish to do? I mean, food can be brought up to your room. Anything like that?
Rudiger would want to know more about their location, like the farmlands. Who's leading there? If like the king appointed somebody to lead the people there, who's in charge?
You know enough, and you can ask around that the farmlands are the farmlands. They are protected by Crow's Keep for the most part, but they're also far enough away that if the proverbial shit hits the fan, it's going to take a minute to mobilize some troops and get them out there. But it can be done. But in this case, it's just they've gone kind of dark. You know what I mean? They're still getting food and stuff, but it's not as much as it used to be, and they're a little worried. And then they haven't gotten as much communication back and forth as they usually get. Like normally, like every day, one of the farmers will come into town and just let them know everything's okay. That kind of deal. And they haven't seen anybody in about 2 weeks now, so they're getting. And like I said, they sent 3 guards out, and those guards have not reported back yet. and that's been about 5 days ago, so almost a week now. So they're instead of sending more guards, that's what adventurers are for. Why waste more guards and resources when we can hire somebody and have them go do the grunt work? And since these guys have proven themselves capable, there you go.
I would probably like a map of the farmlands, like to see like what's around it, stuff like that.
Mountains, sand, scrub brush. Right where the farmlands are, it's pretty. The land is like farmland. It's all green and nice. There's some trees, and then as you go further out away from the farmlands, it starts turning to desert. It gets less and less scrub brush, less and less sand, grass. More and more sand, and then just generally inhospitable terrain at that point, which is why nobody goes out there, because that's where all the barbarians and the scorn are, and scorn eat people. So it's really not a cool place to go. But yeah, so as you guys are relaxing and breaking your fast, there's a knock at the door.
Eating, go away.
Excuse me, my lord. You hear a young kid's voice, and it knocks again.
Lothar will go open the door.
You open the door and you see a wee lad of about maybe 10, 12 years, and he's holding a like a red piece of linen, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a package here for." And he looks at the writing, goes, "Well, I can't read." And you look at it, and scribbled on it in like charcoal, it says Mavius.
Oh God!
I'll take it, thank you.
And he's just like standing there looking at you, like, he's got his hand out, like, "Copper for me troubles, me lord."
I'm assuming we have some change.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, I mean, you don't have to give him anything. It's up to you. It's your money.
Yeah, I'll give him a couple copper.
He snatches it and he's like, "Thank you," and he's gone.
Apparently, it's a day for gifts for you, Mavius, and he hands the package to Mavius.
It's fairly light.
So Mavius's own paranoia stems back from his earlier era back in Malak, and he'll pull out a knife and slowly open it, cringing away from anything dangerous.
You see the writing on it, and then it opens up, and you can actually get a smell of pretty fresh bread, and there's a note.
Oh, all right, my lady.
Yes. It is a note from Cerna, and she's telling you that obviously you need some more food, and she's off work at 7 Bells, and kind of gives you the address of where she lives. And she would delight in your company.
When are we leaving again for these farmlands? It seems some very important matters might have arisen.
I don't know. When are you guys leaving? 7 Bells, obviously.
We've got horses, so yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Well, we've only got horses for 3 days, so.
We don't know how many days we're going to be gone. 5 gold pieces. Bread.
Is it worth it? She was a chesty lass.
Well, I will taste every morsel of this bread, and
it's the best you've ever tasted.
Cherish it, and say, "Let us go, and let us make haste to return." Then, for now, these rising matters may be delayed. But when we return once more, they'll be important again.
All right. So you guys are going to take off?
You're eating, Angie's going to give you puppy dog eyes.
Here is the paper. I know you want it to put next to your butt. Oh, no, here, have some biscuit.
She grabs the biscuit and eats it, giving it a big grin.
It is quite tasty. It's a hint of rosemary and honey. It's quite distinct. Very tasty.
Bread lady, like you.
I couldn't let it go there, Hobbs. I couldn't.
I don't mind you. I don't mind.
Deep needs. Deep needs.
Deep.
That was hilarious. So all right. So you guys get on your horses and you ride. Everybody give me so you ride out of town. You cross the big cobblestone arch bridge. Everyone give me a dexterity check. Just straight up dexterity.
First he says we don't need to have riding. Now we're making dexterity checks while riding.
Just to see how well you do.
Oh,
Not very good,
boy.
apparently.
Not very good for me as well.
Oh, boy.
Now remember, you guys have luck. And that was almost a 19. So maybe I guess you're okay, right? Oh no, you failed, right?
No, I'm okay. We need
You're
low
okay?
numbers. We're under dex, right? I rolled a 9.
Right. It says target 15. Great success would be a 7. Oh, okay. I see what
Yeah, 15 or less is what I needed.
Yeah. So you made it. So it looks like Mavius and Angie.
Oh, no, that's Angie's. I got a 9. Angie got a 10.
Yeah, you got a 9.
Yeah.
So
I'm going
not
to
quite
toss
a
a
great
reroll at that.
Say again.
I said I'm going to toss a reroll at that.
All right.
I think Rudiger fails.
Yeah, Rudiger failed. Well, not as.
Oh, God. Isn't this what happened last time?
Crap, are you serious?
So Rudiger and Lothar, while well, wait, a 19. Oh no, you re-rolled. You got a 17. And yeah, so it's 17. It's not a terrible failure by either chance. So it's just a failure. You guys have this is the most uncomfortable. How do people do this? You know, Angie, did I get a roll from you? Yeah, Angie rolled a 10. Yeah. So Angie and Mavius are okay. I mean, there seem to be, it's odd, but you guys have obviously ridden a horse once or twice before. But Lothar and Rudiger are, man, they're just having a hard time. They just don't get this whole, pull these reins, make it go this way, make it go that way. It's lucky biscuit, nice. So yeah, you guys don't fall, but it's pretty close, and it's very uncomfortable. Like your inner thighs are killing you by the time you start to see the farmland. So it's been a couple hours. For those following along at home, I did before the game session, I made a roll to see if there were any random encounters, and believe it or not, there was none. So you guys get to the farmlands, and what we're going to do is we're going to transition to the farm. And before I activate it, though, I was going to have it go at night because I thought that would be spooky and cool. But I think it's a little unfair to throw you guys in the shit right off the bat. So I'm going to adjust the map so that it is not nighttime. I'm going to be nice. Doesn't happen often.
Can't seem to see the map.
Yeah, not yet.
He hasn't moved us, I don't think.
Yeah, I have to activate the map. So now I am activating the map. Oh, we get some music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move your characters onto the map. Give me 1 second.
We're loading still. Oh,
Yeah, it'll
100%.
take-
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, it's still got the... Let me just check one thing here. Oh, I know what I need to do. Bear with me 1 second. I know what there we go. Boom, boom. Boom! There you go. Now, so hopefully you guys see the map.
Yep.
Yes.
And you guys obviously all this stuff here is like cabbage and stuff growing, and you guys have come in. Actually, I messed up. Let me remove you. You're right there. You can see the trail, so to speak. And that is the map.
All right.
So there you go. So now it's everyone can give me a perception check, please, as you ride up to this, the trail.
Detection.
Detection, yeah, that would be fine.
Oh shit. Oh, dude, I hit your blue die and it changed our dice.
You guys all suck. Look at that. Not one roll under 15. We're still missing a roll from one person.
Yeah. Detection.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Let's get in a fight.
Yeah. So basically, yeah,
I
you guys
got it, but I didn't get like a great success or anything. My target was 16.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So Lothar made it. You guys have hitched the horses behind you. There's like a hitching post. You do see, Lothar, you notice that there's 3 horses there, and they have the barding of the Crow's Keep guard.
I will point that out to everybody.
And they're kind of grazed. You can see like all of the grass around the hitching post is gone, and the horses seem to be really skittish and nervous, and you can start to see their rib cage a little bit. They've been here for a couple of days, and they've eaten all the grass, so they either need to get them some food or let them go, one of the two, because they're going to starve.
I will probably feed them, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I've got something that they can.
There's a big stack of hay off to the side, just off the edge of the map there, where they, and a big wooden pitchfork where when they hitch the horses for a while, they throw them a little bit of hay. So yeah, you take care of that, no problem.
Angie will
So
help him.
the horses won't starve. Let's put it that way. So you see what you see on the map. And you can see there's a little walkway. You can see the farm fields. These things right here, where I'm pinging, that's a big tree. That's a big tree. So these are fields of like wheat and cabbage and all that fun stuff. And so, yeah, what are you guys doing? You see the house right here in front of you, and you see what appears to be a well over here. And you see another, like, barn almost, or something, another structure. All shuttered up. All the doors are closed. You don't see any movement, anything like that.
So we are not actually in the house then. That's just where the marker's dropped, right?
The marker? What marker? You guys are over here.
Right.
Oh, there's a line around the house, yeah, but you guys shouldn't see that, do you?
Yeah, we see the whole map.
Yeah, we can see
you can
inside
see
the
the map.
house.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing inside it right now. Maybe there won't be. You don't know. You'd have to go inside. There is a way, and I use the wrong. There's a wall thing where you can block it where you guys can't see in, and I use the wrong one, but that's okay.
I like it.
I'm still learning it, so.
No one ever learned anything without making some mistakes.
There you go.
That's right.
So,
Is there
what do you
a
got?
watering trough for the horses?
Where'd the rest of the tokens go? I only see myself.
Is everybody else? Did everybody move their tokens?
Oh, okay, you guys are up there. Mavius is like, well, it seems we've come here. Perhaps we should see if these horses have anything. You want to check that, Lothar? I will take Angie and the new guy, and we'll see what's happening here.
Yeah, I'll search the horses.
All right. So remember, you guys' movement is 30 feet. So, all right. Are you guys trying to be stealthy, Mavius, Rudiger, and Angie? Can Angie even spell stealth?
I think she can. She's a barbarian, for God's sakes.
Angie doesn't need to be able to spell stealth to be stealth.
Right.
Yeah, I think. Well, no, I don't. I'm not usually stealthy in these instances. It's daylight, you said as well, right? So, I mean, I would assume we can see something, but I do have a loaded crossbow in my hand.
All right, excellent.
I think
I see Rudiger and I see Mavius. I don't see the other two.
Yeah.
Did you guys move off the map?
For the signs of if anyone's been here before, like tracks of people.
You see someone go. It's pretty easy to see here. You see some tracks. Booted feet. Well, obviously, probably guards. Farmers don't wear like those kind of boots. So.
How recent are those?
You'd have to give me a tracking or a survival roll.
Which I do not. I'm not good at it.
There is no survival. It's wilderness lore.
Wilderness lore. There we go.
No, not good with it.
Yeah, then you would just default to your intelligence.
Yeah, just roll wilderness lore and it'll just bounce back. All of this is a +1 anyway, so.
Yeah.
You got this.
Not the.
Okay. So, what's the role actually? Is it like a intelligence?
Just click on the wilderness roll on the skills and it'll automatically do it.
Okay.
On your character sheet. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Look at you. Yeah, it's about. Yeah, it's about a week old.
I would say to Mavius. I would look at Mavius and I would say, these tracks, they're a week old.
And you also notice some you're a man of action. You've been around them is several splatters of what looks like dried blood in the grass.
Right. Somebody's been injured. There must have been some battle here. I think we should be on our guard. And that's when he pulls his short sword.
Oh, shit.
He's like, watch yourself, Mavius. And I think we should wait for Lothar. We shouldn't stay far away from each other. Keep Lothar within the eyes range. Who we guess?
A great idea. Perhaps you should join him for the moment, Rudiger.
You guys are off the map. I just saw Josh's picture.
As he says that, Mavius has every intent to use this new magic that he's discovered while he's been poring over the books.
And what is that?
He's going to cast Argane Aegis.
Ooh, and what does that do?
It's like a shield spell.
Ooh, like mage armor almost?
No, more like the old school shield. All right. So I think I have a way.
You guys just see my roll?
Yes.
Oh, you could see.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 5 and a 1.
Oh,
Yeah. And it says a 6 right
Got it.
there.
That's a public roll. Duh.
I think that's a good thing.
No, I didn't want you to see my roll, but that's okay.
I still think it's a good thing.
That's fine. So you cast a spell. So how do you cast what do you do? What's it look like since Rudiger is standing right there? Rudiger, have you seen magic before? It's very rare and very uncommon in this world. So
might have seen it because I was a mercenary, probably.
You might have seen some maybe some hedge magic.
Yeah.
So Mavius,
It might be illegal too.
Might be illegal, yes, especially to Nidicians. What is it? I mean, what does it look like? What does it sound like? How do you cast magic? What do you do?
So Mavius actually hasn't cast this spell before, so he wasn't exactly sure, but he follows the arcane arithmetic, and as he moves his hand, sigils and mathematical equations appear in the sky before him, and eventually they slowly swirl together, and it turns into an arcane circular disc that then mostly fades from sight, but sometimes when you look through it to see him, it'll warp slightly, like looking through water.
And you say any weird words or anything?
Yeah, I think it's almost like as I speak, then those things will flare up as they start to swirl into that amalgamation.
And is the arcane language some foreign language?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you tell me, it's your magic.
The language of magic, spelled
Yes.
with a J and a CK.
Yes. Right, of course, because why wouldn't it be?
That's right.
So Rudiger, you see him. He starts making these weird, very precise movements in the air, and you can see the air starts to glow and shimmer. And he's speaking in this kind of a loud, weird voice, words you've never heard before. You've seen something like this on the battlefield with your mercenary company, but you were never, close to it. And I believe, Hobbs, does that your first spell, isn't it free, the first one? After that, it's everyone, right? So you're fine. And now your DDM goes to 2, correct?
Yep.
All right. And it resets after the scene, or it goes off? Correct?
Usually after
a failed
between
cast.
long runs, but it restarts after DD. It doesn't fail the casting, but something else happens.
Right. Okay.
And
So
then it
for those
resets after each session, I think, or long rest, or whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, long rest. So, so basically, everybody at home, a DDM is what does it stand for again?
Dark and dangerous magic.
Dark and dangerous magic. Yeah. So basically, every time a spellcaster casts a spell, there is a chance and the number escalates every time they cast a spell. So he cast his first spell. So it starts at 1. So now he has a D20 sitting in front of him, and he moves it to the number 2. So the next time he casts a spell, if he rolls a 2 or less on a D20, I get to roll on the DDM table. And it can be good, it can be bad, or it can be benign. We're obviously hoping for good and benign, but there's more bad than there is either of those. And there's all kinds of weird. He can get tentacles growing from his face. His skin can turn purple. It's all kinds of weird things. So
I really don't want that.
We don't know. I do. I want to use the chart. I have it right here, ready to go. It's built into the program. I'm ready. Anyway, so Rudiger, you see this. Angie and Lothar seem to be coming up from the rear. We're not in rounds yet, so you guys can move up next to them if you so desire. Are you guys going to stay there and wait for them, or are you pressing forward?
I think Rudiger would let them, as they're approaching us, he's gonna wait for them. Like he's gonna tell Mavis that we can't go in there. We need to be together.
I think my magic creates a weird static, he says as he quietly moves forward.
He looks at him and he's...
So are you leaving, Rudiger?
Yeah, I'm going to stealthily move forward with my crossbow.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. And how far are you moving? The full 30 feet or like 10 feet, 15?
I think I'm going to move up towards this bush and try to peek around it or something.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourself there. Ooh, I think that's a success. Yeah. All right. You guys move up to there. Mavius, give me a perception check with disadvantage. Oh,
I don't have to roll again, I don't think.
No, I don't.
I can't get worse than that.
Rudiger, since you're watching him and you were kind of cautioning him, go ahead and give me a perception check at disadvantage as well. Because you're trying to look back and see where Angie and Lothar are, but you're also trying to keep an eye on him.
All right. So perception, right?
Yes.
Or is it
detection?
Detection. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call it perception.
Well, there is a perception stat, which is even more confusing. But...
Right. So
made it.
Made it by 1, huh? Wow. So you're looking, you're going left and right, or front and back in this case. You're trying to see where Angie and Lothar are. And as you do that, you just turn just in time to see this. This guy steps out. Ooh.
All right. What does he look like?
See here, I'll tell you in just a second. Oops. Doop doop doo. Let me go to actors. Go to NPCs. And
The Murder Hobo Show says, "Hey, Mr. Mean."
Murder Hobo, nice. I haven't heard from him in a while. Let's see here.
He actually said, "Hey, John,"
Hey, what's going on, man?
and told me to get a job.
You should get a job. Wait, you have
I
a
thought
job.
corralling mean was a full-time job.
Amen to that, sir. Amen to that. Darn it, I wanted to. It's not allowing me to show your image. All right. Well, if you scroll in, I'll have to figure out how to do that. I do apologize. Because it didn't change the image on the token in my director's little map here. But if you use your scroll wheel on the mouse, you can scroll up and see what this thing looks like. It is.
So one of my buddies was doing a thing, and I think it's called in Foundry. You're supposed to get pop out or something. It's an add-on, and then you can make anything get. No, that moves something. There's something else that makes anything get bigger if you want to look at it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how to use Foundry. So
yeah, this man thing comes loping out, and then he has two hand axes in his hand, and you can see. There is kind of blood or something ichor around his mouth. His eyes look crazed, or Mavius, as you see him. And yes, you are within range as he goes to target you. Ah, you're lucky. Oh, he missed as one of the axes goes sailing past you.
Do I manage to see him before he does that?
Well, you kind of saw him at the same time. He had surprise. So yeah, now you see him. So now we do combat. So if everybody will right click on their token. Oh wait, I think I have to do. You guys don't see the sword and shield, correct?
Yeah, I do.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and click on that, and it will add you to the initiative tracker. And then
I forgot where initiative was. Do we have to roll up just on the knit bonus?
Yeah, you click on the die in the combat tracker.
You have to turn yourself on the combat tracker, and then you go to the combat.
I added everybody to the
initiative.
combat tracker.
I'm already turned on.
Yeah, stop it.
So then, if you go to the initiative tab, you should see a die next to your name.
Initiative tab. I don't know where the initiative tab is.
You know where the chat tab is?
Yeah.
It's right next to it. It's the fist.
Okay, I got you then. There's a die. All right, now I remember.
And if you right click on it, you can actually pop it out, I believe, and move it around the screen so that you can still see the chat window. Oh, I love that roll. So actually, for this, the high rolls are good for initiative. Oh, wait, no, it still goes. I think Foundry doesn't know that, though, so it goes with the higher roll. Yeah, because Rudiger got a 21, so he's at the top of the initiative. So now we begin combat, and it is Rudiger's turn. So in those watching along at home, Nasser is pretty new to this. For this, I think he's played Low Fantasy Gaming before. Have you?
No, I've never played. It's my first time playing it.
Yeah, so it's similar to D&D, only better, in my opinion. And so what you can do now is you can control and left-click on your character, and you'll see if you click the little ruler icon over there on the left-hand side, it will show you. You got to hold it. You got your characters. Click on your character. There you go. And now
35 feet.
you only have a maximum movement of 30, or you have a movement and an action. You can spend both to charge up to 60 feet.
Then
Now,
that's what
unfortunately, you don't. Well, you don't have a straight line, unfortunately, because Mavius is in the way. So you have two choices. You could hold your action, wait for Mavius to go, which he's still not in the initiative tracker, or is he?
Huh? I should be.
It's under Hobbs, not Mavius.
Oh, it's
yeah,
under
he's there. He goes after me, so I will wait until he takes his turn, and then I will do something.
So you're going to hold.
Yeah.
So then now it is Hobbs's turn.
All right.
So Hobbs.
I'm going to fire my crossbow at this guy.
Yep.
And I single click him or right click him?
You single click him. You hit the target icon up there on the left-hand side of the screen. And then when you click on him, it should put a little reticle around him.
All right. Reticle's there.
All right.
I hit this.
Yeah, you roll. There you go.
All right. I'm assuming that's a miss.
I believe it is.
Too bad. Max damage.
AC is 11, yes.
Oh, I just missed by it. I hit. No, I hit. I did a 13 because I got bonuses.
Yeah. So you hit.
11 points of damage.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness. So.
It's a monster hit with a crossbow.
That's a brutal hit with a crossbow. Yeah, your describe how it does, because you dropped him in one hit.
So basically, I was almost fumbling away from dodging the axe, and so you can, like, the camera flickers as it's trying to see him through his arcane aegis, and he still fires off the crossbow, and it just kind of punches right through his skull as he falls, and Gore trails behind him, and Mavius still scuttles back away from him. Didn't even realize he killed him until he looks back, and then the creature falls.
You hear the body slump. Rudiger. I need you. Let me see here. I need to look at your sheet. I need a constitution check from you, please.
Con check, right?
Yeah. Oh, nerves of steel. You see as his crossbow bolt goes in and it shoots him like right in the left eye and just drops him like a bad habit. You see the body starts to convulse. And then all of a sudden, spiders just start bursting out of it. And these spiders are like the size of a small cat. And they just start running everywhere into the underbrush and the woods and everything. And they do not look like normal spiders. And that con check was to keep your lunch down, because that was quite disconcerting. Nobody else luckily saw it. Mavius is behind the shrub there, so you can't really see it. And I think the other guys are a little further back. Yeah, they don't have line of sight to it. All right, what are you guys doing? There doesn't seem to be any more noise. If anyone wants to give me a perception check, if they're that moment after combat where you kind of listen for everything.
Mavius is busy fumbling out a new crossbow bolt. He's not listening for anything.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
All right. Oh, and it's not a great success, but it is a success. Yeah. You think you hear movement inside the house right in front of you.
Movement in the house we're next to.
Yeah, right there, right by Mavius.
I will let them know.
Well, they're a little ways away from you, so you got. Where are you guys going to move to? The door is over here. I've just pinged it on the map.
Angie's gonna walk up and pick up Mavis and put him on her shoulder.
Mavius, do you protest to this manhandling?
Almost never.
Almost never.
But the crossbow bolt
Excellent.
fumble is out of his hands, and he's like, Angie, damn it! And he just lets the crossbow sling as he's bouncing on her shoulder.
You keep finding trouble. Stop it.
All right. So remember, you guys have a maximum movement of 30 unless you're running or charging. This token is...
Having seen this creature, I think Rudiger will put back his short sword, pull out his great sword, because this thing is like... Are we still in combat, or are we after?
It's after combat at this point in time.
He's going to take out his great sword. He's like... Because he's never seen anything like this. Spiders popping out someone's body. That's like creepy. Oh, sorry. Disgusting.
Yeah, Mavis, Angie will just keep walking forward with Mavis on her shoulder.
Okay. All right.
That's how many hours my Arcane Aegis lasts until I dispel it.
7 hours.
Yeah.
But it's only a one-shot deal, right? It blocks the first hit.
No, I can choose to get rid of it, or it gives me 1 AC.
Oh, okay. I thought it blocked a hit the way I read it. But that's okay.
I can use it to negate it, just like you can a shield. Like you can sunder your shield. I can sunder this to block it completely, or I can just use it to give me 1 point of AC but as soon as I block it, then it's gone.
Right. So if I get a critical hit on you, that's when you would just give it up, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's actually that's better than mage armor any day of the week. All right. So so Angie's moving up. Mavis, why don't you move yourself next to Angie since she's carrying you?
All right. Oh, that's not the right one. That's Lothar. He's got his own owl.
Yeah. I need to make you an owl, man. I keep forgetting to do it.
And then we need to bring Rudiger up.
Need to what?
Bring Rudiger up.
Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
You guys are all coming to the door? Angie, do you check the door?
Yeah, she'll check the door.
Do you, just open it, or do you...
Perhaps I should be on my own feet for this, Angie.
How are you trying to check the door? Are you swinging it open, or are you just checking to see if it's locked?
I'm looking to see it. I will put Mavis down behind me and then check to see if the door is locked.
The door is not locked. It's a simple farm home, so they don't really have locks. They bar them sometimes, but in this case, you don't feel that the door is barred.
Then I will kick the door open.
Oh, okay. So I believe I can do that, and now the door is open. You guys, do you move into the room? You open the door, or as soon as you kick the door open, the three of you that are standing there, you see a man with a hand axe, dressed very similar to the other one, like simple farm clothes, but he is wearing some sort of almost like a homespun silk robe. It's very ratty looking. He looks slightly emaciated. His cheeks are sunken. His eyes are bulging. His hair is very greasy and ratty, and he's like frothing at the mouth. But I will give initiative checks this time. Since you kicked the door open, you kind of startled him. So we will go back into initiative.
If we startled him, does that mean that there's a surprise round?
No, because he was standing there waiting for you. He heard you.
Okay.
Ooh.
It cracks me up when it bounces off the other dice.
The physics are really good, huh?
It'd be kind of weird if we were actually rolling this close to each other that it'll bounce off our other dice. Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
Radigar.
like a boss. All right, sir, you are first.
If we actually changed our names on our tokens, it might be you might not have as many problems knowing what our names are. It does say Mavius, so I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why it changed it to Hobbs. Oh well, we're in. I'd have to do it outside of combat. So I go here and I go. Yeah, because it says Mavius there.
Mm-hmm.
It says Mavius there. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. So what are you doing, Rudigar?
The creature, the guy we see inside, is he similar to the one that attacked?
You can't see him because you're against the wall there. So
I'll probably just charge in.
Okay. I'm going to take control of your character because something happens as you get right there. So you're going to stop, and then all of a sudden,
all of the bumbling idiocy from the rest of our characters, and poor Rudiger, who has been, I mean, I guess
stalwart.
all the bumbling idiocy of my character, not anyone else's, mine. But then poor Rudiger gets into the trouble here.
Yeah. So you run in. What is your AC, sir?
I think it's a 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Should do these one at a time, but I'm not. So this guy is going to go. I'm going to jump you. Oh, no, this guy's going to go. He is going to target you. Oh, he misses horribly. Next one. He's going to... Oops, hold on. That's the one thing you have to remember to click the right thing so that you can move the token. He's going to move to there, and now he's going to target you.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. How do you roll a 1d6 plus... Oh, I rolled a natural 1. So you take a whopping 1 point of damage, Redigar. Those two. All right. And then this guy gets to go. And he's going to target you as well. I don't believe a 12 hits you.
Nope.
And then this guy is also going to target you. Oh.
That hits me.
Yep, for 5 points. So you guys see Angie kicks open the door flies open. You see the person there over by the table, at which point Rudigar just charges in, and as he gets in, he just gets waylaid, and they all pounce on him. Now, the good news is they're all right there. So now we're going to go to
how bad? I mean, that last one did 6 points.
5 points.
5 points?
So it's only 6 total.
Oh,
yeah, he's taking a total.
You want someone to try a rescue exploit on you or not?
No, I'm good. He's good.
All right.
Oops.
Okay.
Oops. No, you're not dead. Stop that. So, Rudigar, you may finish you've moved. You're kind of surrounded, but you may continue your action.
All right. I'm going to hit the guy on my left.
Okay, so again, click the bullseye up there in the left-hand corner, and it should put a reticle around him.
All right.
Yep. All right, and now you just roll your attack. And I believe that will hit. Let me check his hit.
By the way, if it's a great weapon, I roll with advantage, right? So I roll again.
Is that what it says? I don't know
For
for
damage,
sure.
you mean, or for what?
Is it damage or is it like for the roll itself?
Do you have that the two-handed weapon
Yeah.
stance?
Eight, basically. Yeah, I believe he does. It's okay. You don't have to. You killed him. You literally cut him in half.
Yeah, you gain advantage rolling damage.
Okay, cool.
Which one is this?
The guy on the left, this guy.
Right.
On my left.
Guy. Oh, yeah, it already marked him. Because I took his hit points. Nice. So you dropped him like a bad habit. And you see, again, you literally cleave right through him. You see he has almost what looks like spider legs coming out of his back. And he's got like these long, weird-looking hairs. They're very thick and spiky. And as his body falls to the ground, it starts to convulse. And you could see like things moving underneath the skin. But it doesn't look like it's rupturing just yet. Does that finish your action, sir?
Yeah, I guess I wanted to cut him open, the area so my rest of my party members could move through there, do their thing. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. So this guy is going to target you again and hit you, or try to.
Did they not already attack once?
They had a surprise round,
Yeah.
and that's a natural 20.
Oops.
So that's another. In Hobbs, is it double damage, or do I roll on the
Max
is there a
damage.
max damage? That's why I did the 6. So yeah. So you take another 6 points of damage from him. And that guy will also target you. And I think that's going to be a miss. Hobbs, you're up.
I will reload my crossbow.
Okay, that's going to be your full action.
Yep, that takes an action. I'm going to
Okay.
stand back here. I'll let Angie get in there and deal with them, and then maybe sneak in after a bit.
Alrighty. So that one's going to attack you as well.
Miss.
Miss. Yep. So that ends his turn. Angie, you are finally up. They are blocking the door, though, so you can't get into the room.
I think the guy on. Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
he's dead, and his body, it's still moving in a very weird way. It doesn't look natural, but it is kind of sort of laying slumped on the ground. It's almost in 2 pieces, too, by the way. It's very gnarly. And it's not blood that's oozing out of the body. It's kind of this neon green, viscous, fluid. And you can see some, what look like insect-type legs from, where the wound is gashed open, starting to ooze out of it, come out of it.
Can Angie play golf?
Play golf. What is this golf?
Yeah, Angie would like to step up and then slam her hammer into the dead guy and throw it into the guy that I targeted.
Okay. So that's going to be like an improvised weapon, I guess, because that guy's already dead. So go ahead and move yourself up. You could move over that body if you so desired, because he's not blocking. So if you wanted to move up to the guy that's on top of Radagar, you could, and just attack him directly if you so desire.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah. And then you click the little bullseye, and then click on him. Yep. And now you roll your attack. And I believe a 13 on him is a hit. and you bring the hammer down like Maxwell's silver hammer. It goes bang upon his head. Describe how it looks.
Angie
As you
just
have literally
steps in
crushed
and
his
just
head.
swings the hammer over her head and just slams it down, plowing as hard as she can, sending his head into his shoulders.
Yes, and you hear this splurch, and again the knees buckle, and the guy falls down literally, and again within seconds you start to see his body convulse, and his on the other hand, it kind of splits open from the chest, and you see from underneath his robes these smallish, like the size of a hamster, spiders just come out and they go everywhere. They just go into the darkness. And you hear this sick, squirching, splurching sound, and you hear the skittering of arachnid type feet across the wood legs. Is that end your turn?
Yeah, she doesn't get another attack.
No. Lothar.
Lothar is going to shoot his bow at. Let me target.
Click the bullseye and then click the guy you want to shoot. Now remember, they are in close combat. So if you miss...
Nope. At second level, that no longer applies.
Nice. Excellent. Way to level up. Well, that guy's dead, so you don't want to target him. You should be able to see the little skull icon on him. Yeah, you want to target that guy or the one closest to you, either one.
There we go.
All right. Do you get 2 attacks or still only 1?
No, it's still only 1 attack, but he doesn't gain the +2 melee bonus to AC, and I don't have to re-roll if I miss to see if I hit my ally.
Nice. Excellent. All righty. Well, that's
so close.
going to be a hit. And let's see how many hit points he has. Oh, 6 exactly. So again, the arrow just goes right through his head, and he is dead. He just literally falls over backwards. Are you doing anything else?
No, I'm going to stay ranged.
Okay. He's dead. Radagar, you're up, sir. You got 1 left on you.
Yeah, I think I'll take... It's this guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Just target it. Yeah, I will cleave his head off if I can.
Ooh. Oh, that's
10.
a 12. A 12, I believe, hits. Let's double check.
Right.
Yes, a 12 hits. Excellent. And 7 hit points is literally... is that enough? No, he is still alive.
You do get advantage on that, though. You could roll another D12.
Oh, yeah. I do.
Oh, to see if he can get better damage?
Yeah. Because you rolled a
Nice.
5, so just roll another
Yeah.
D12. Yeah.
Where do I find the dice to roll?
They're down there right below the chat. The chat box in the bottom right. You'll see there's all the different dice. So there's a D12. If you put your mouse over it, it should highlight the die for you.
Yeah, just click it and then hit roll.
Click it once.
All right. Oh, okay. Shit, sorry.
Re-roll it. Just roll 1.
Okay.
So you click the D12 once and then click roll.
Oh, that's
Keep the 5. It's not...
that was
Now, did he
anticlimactic, sir.
Does he get to choose, or does he stuck with the 1?
It's advantage, so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's still up. Do you wish to do anything else? You've got dead bodies all around you. You've got. Actually, Angie, you did not say you were raging, so I assume you are not. Not yet, anyway.
No.
Okay. Redigar, anything else?
I think I'll move around him.
Okay.
Like kind of.
So you got to click on the square next to the icon or the ruler.
Move here behind him.
There you go. Okay, I'll give you that.
Making him.
Now you're done. You're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hobbs, your crossbow is loaded. You have a clean line of sight.
All right. I'll fire because I'm dumb. All right.
Twang. Thump.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So this crossbow goes right through his throat. Radigar, you see it come out the other side of his body and clank against the far wall. And the body just kind of looks, his eyes go wide and he looks at you, Mavius, and he's like, and again, instead of blood, it's this green, neon-colored, viscous fluid kind of comes out of his mouth, and he just slumps to the ground. At which point, I need you all, everyone, to make an intelligence check, a save, basically.
Is it a check, or do we have to use luck and all that?
It's a save, so you could use luck. I'm sorry. Too many games in my head. Make an intelligence save, luck save.
So a luck save
would hear this piercing scream as the last guy's body drops to the ground. What was that, Lothar?
So yeah, a luck save with intelligence.
Yes.
So how do I add it?
Rolling like a boss.
How do I add the luck to it?
So you have to go to what screen am I on here? On the top where it says luck and there's like an arrow, you click that drop down box and choose whatever it's modifying. So you'd choose int and then you just push luck and it would roll the die. It also automatically subtracts the luck point when you succeed, so that's pretty interesting.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, like I said, they've been working. Oh, so close. All right. So, as the last body drops, in each of your heads, you hear this. Hobbs, you actually heard this before. It's this female, like, very insectile voice, but it's a scream. And you hear, and you all hear it all at the same time, and it says, "My children, you will suffer." Everybody seems to be fine, except, I'm sorry, Radigar. I'm really sorry.
He should be able to re-roll that, if I'm not mistaken.
You can use your reroll pool usually for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it then. So what do I do with the reroll?
You just
subtract a reroll die and roll it again.
Yep, just do exactly the same thing and subtract a reroll, just like Josh said. Get there. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, you're lucky. Oh, you were going to take 5 points of intelligence damage, meaning your intelligence would go down by 5.
So you kind of rolled the wrong thing. You're supposed to like go to the luck and then hit the int thing, but just lower your luck 1 point because anytime you succeed in a luck check, you have to.
It reduces it.
Yeah, you got to lower it 1.
So yeah, now.
Because you shouldn't have 12 luck. You should have
11, right?
You start with 11, yeah.
Okay, so it's 10.
And now it's 10, yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Got it. And since you all made it, I will give it to you. You don't have to roll. I'm going to close that combat screen. Wait a minute. Let me see there. Does it? Yeah, it keeps it. Let me clear the combat. In combat. Yes. And then close. Man, I like that. It's so slick. I'm even going to be nice. The wall over here, right there where I pinged on the map, the wall actually explodes. You hear this banging and it explodes. And out. Oops, let me get to the right icon. Out comes that.
Again?
Yeah. But again, it's got the upper body of a female. I didn't have a good Drider token, and it's going to move to there. Hello, move.
Are you on the ruler or are you on the?
I was, but that's all right. I can the GM's minions and monsters and stuff don't necessarily follow that same rule.
No,
So I can just pick my guys up and move them, which is kind of nice. So let me get rid of these. I do like that too. It makes it easy. This giant arachnid type spider comes crashing through, and it gets to about right there with the debris and the rubble and everything. That's its max movement. So guess what? A new combat starts.
Do we do another initiative, or is it we still?
Please. Yeah. Lothar, that's not a very good roll.
Oh, it moved.
Not really.
You don't get it. You don't get the 19 though. That's garbage. You should get what it ends up at. Oh man, he rolled hard.
Now, can Hobbs refresh me? Can you use your reroll for initiative?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Alrighty. So top of the round, Hobbs, your crossbow is not loaded. You haven't had time to reload. What are you doing?
Aye.
Do a spell. Do a spell. Come on.
Reload.
You know you want to cast a spell. Come on.
I don't really have combat spells like that.
You should. So I'm assuming you moved and you're reloading.
Yep, I rush up. I run into the
Angie,
tiptoeing over the spiders and nastiness and cringing as I reload my crossbow.
Angie, you're up. You hear this loud crash. You heard that scream in your mind, and you see Lothar, Mavius, the mad dash in there, fumbling, trying to reload his crossbow.
Giant spider. Giant spider.
Well, and it's got the torso of a female.
Big boobs.
You said it, not me. I wasn't going to go there.
All right. Angie is going to just go straight into ferocious rage.
Right.
Because fuck this shit. And come out and move to where she's in front of Lothar and blockading him.
Okay, so remember, click on the ruler. And then
Now,
control.
to remind everybody, when Barbarian goes into ferocious rage, I gain a +2 bonus to my strength and con, as well as all my attack rolls, damage rolls, and luck saves, and I become immune to or suspend charm, fear, and madness, and all damage I will suffer during this combat is halved.
Nice.
And this is why you play a barbarian.
Yes. There you go. So the way you can do it, Angie or Joann, is you can move part way, left click, and then click again, and you can set like a waypoint, right? There you go. And now, so that's what? That was 25 feet or 20?
20.
20? Okay. Oh, is that your max movement?
No, my max movement's 30.
Right.
But I'm just moving to where I'm blocking Lothar.
Gotcha. All right. So are you done?
Well, I'm seeing how far I need to go to get to the spider.
So yeah, your max movement is 30. So in order to get to the spider, you could spend 2 actions to run and you would get there, but you have to charge kind of in a straight line, which you can't do. So your only option at this point is either to move your extra 10 feet and stop, or you can say you're running and you would be right up in front of the spider. But you unfortunately wouldn't get an attack.
I will just move to here and just kind of blockade to where the spider can't get past me to get to the squishier members of my party.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Next up. Oh. He moves to there. And she will proceed. Oops. Let's do this here. Go to the chat window. And she attempts to bite you. Oh, you know what?
One.
She's going to use her luck. She's going to reroll. That's better. I bet that hits.
Yes, that's a hit.
Alrighty. Ooh, max damage. You take...
And now you get to half it.
Right, so you take... I assume we round down. That's typically the...
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so... Now, are you immune to poison? I don't believe you are.
No, it does not appear.
So I need you to make help us. Wait, hold on here. I rolled a 17, not a natural 19 or 20. I need you to make a dex or a luck luck save to resist.
I was successful.
Fuck. I never get the poison.
Very nice.
Yeah, you got to poison Angie previously.
Last session.
Well, this one's a little bit different because that was its first attack. And I think that's a hit as well.
Yep.
Oh. So 1 point of damage, and again another con luck save. As it sinks its fangs into your thigh, you see this. I hate you. Oh no, that's a failure.
Can I use a reroll on the luck?
You can. You certainly can. Right, Hobbs?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what you normally would use them for, I would think. But I mean, anything you want. Oh no!
Oh, I like it even better.
That's okay.
So,
she's gonna die next round.
Oh no!
So you take 4 points of poison damage.
Can we use a? Can we try to use a rescue exploit?
Sure. I mean, she still takes everything, though, correct?
No, not if it succeeds.
Not if it succeeds.
No.
You guys are taking all my fault.
That's the point.
Well, the only one close enough to try a rescue is Lothar.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how to do that.
We have to be within 30 feet. This is what the rules are. I don't care if you want to do something different. Let me know. But you'd have to make a dex check in order to get close enough, and then you'd have to narrate how you're trying to rescue her.
That makes sense. And I'm going to say Rudigar and Lothar can't help because they've got a wall in between them, so they can't even see what's happening right now.
Maybe
so Lothar definitely is in range.
Yeah. So the first thing you do is make a dex check to see if you get over. First, you need to narrate how you're doing it, and then you'd make this dex check, and then you would have to make a luck something in order to be successful. Whatever Mr. Mean decides that would be, whatever stat is,
I would say dex. I would say Lothar would probably try to grab her and pull her out of the way.
I'm thinking like a spin, kind of like flag football, where you're trying to avoid letting them get the flags off you.
Basically, what we're saying is the first attack from the spider went through, and then the second attack looks like it's going to really be bad, and so you try to intervene. A rescue attempt.
So we're going to do a dex save?
Dex check.
Or a dex check?
Yep,
dex
just
check.
Dex check. Ooh, what's your dex?
No, that's not going to be good enough.
No, but that is subject to a reroll, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have points left over?
I have one. Yep.
Ooh, here we go.
Wish to use it?
Yeah, we're going to use it.
All right. Yes. Ah!
There we go.
All right.
So now
So,
you
Angie,
have to
you
make a
don't-
luck. Now he has to make a luck dex check.
Right. And he's out of rerolls.
Oh,
And that's going to make it.
That's gonna barely make it. 1 point away. All right. So pull Angie back. Angie, move yourself back 5 feet in front of Lothar, or to the side, whatever. Yeah, you gotta be on the ruler. There you go. So the spider misses. And the cool thing, I did read up on combat. And once your movement is done and you move to your actions, you're out of move. Even if you had movement left over, you're done. You don't get to break up your movement. So that's the giant spider's turn, and you can hear it. It's just screaming, "My children! You have killed my children! I'll have your heads!" Rudigar, you hear all of this, and you hear Angie scream out in pain. Probably not, actually. You just hear her like growling and grunting. What are you doing?
Is it like a giant spider, or is it like a drider? An actual
It's like
drider?
a drider, but it's got the body of a female. And then the lower, from the waist down, it is this giant purplish and black spider. It is like nothing you have ever seen. As a matter of fact, and I forgot to do this, so I'm going to do it at each of your turns. I need everyone. Let me double check here. Let me look at your. Everyone needs to make a willpower roll on their turn. So Redigar, you need to make a willpower because once you come out of there and you see this thing. Oh.
I have failed. I'm probably going to use a reroll.
You could. I think that'll leave you with one left, yes?
Yeah, so
you just reroll. Ooh, I think you made it. Yes, you did. So, okay, you are not paralyzed with fear at seeing a spider the size of a large horse with the body of a naked female screaming at you.
All right. So I'm going to go out, and here's what I'm trying to do. I want to. Is it possible for me to actually jump on the human side, like behind the human side?
Yeah. What is it called, Hobbs? It's called.
So there's two different types of exploits. There's a minor exploit and a major exploit. So a minor exploit is normally temporary, right? And it would do something like affect them, like prone, stun, blind. Where a major exploit is more, could like maybe not necessarily kill something, do extra damage, or do something more permanent, or like maybe ride the creature. It depends on what you want to do.
I want to like jump on the human side and stab it from behind. That's like slash at it from behind.
Okay, yeah. So he said it's a major. So a major usually requires you have to attack and hit and do damage, and then there's also going to be some kind of luck check involved.
Yeah, and that would be Dex to say that you're able to distract it with your attack and then get behind it, jump on its back. So you would move up in front of it.
All right. So, all right. And then do that attack, right?
Yeah, you do an attack.
Targeting.
I'm going to put you right up on.
So I managed to score with maximum damage. And then
nice.
He said a luck dex check is what he said. So.
Yeah.
All right. Luck.
So you did 14 points of damage to this thing?
And then luck dex check, right?
Oh, crap.
Did you turn it off on accident?
Yeah, I did. I hit the wrong button. Hold on one second.
It reestablished. It's all good. We didn't have to restart. That's nice.
There we go. Myths Abound is what I was calling it.
So is it a save or is it a check?
Usually it's going to use the luck with one of the things, so it's the same as like they're both. It's a luck save is what it's called. So you modified by Dex. Oh, we got paused.
Yeah, I like I said, I accidentally closed out the session. So
so it reconnected us. It said the connection.
Yeah, because there wasn't a long enough pause.
Nice.
So should be okay. So yeah, you'll make your luck Dex.
Yeah, it's paused here. So is it gonna?
Yeah, give it a second. Is everybody else up and running? Oh, I think you guys have to reconnect. I'm showing you're all disconnected.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
It said we were disconnected.
Yeah, I think you can either refresh your browser. You just reload F5.
Oh.
Angie's in. Lothar's in.
Those guys are quick.
Sorry about that. That was my goof.
Ooh, good. I got the music again.
Nice.
What's the password to get back in?
Don't tell anyone.
LF.
Just kidding.
Post it in the.
I'm just
LFG. Okay.
I'm totally kidding.
Capital LFG.
My social security number is.
Yeah. Well, nobody can see the IP address, so it doesn't matter.
Might have been able to see it when I reconnected.
Oh, oops. Okay, this is my gaming computer. There's no personal data on it.
My mom's maiden name is Cartwright.
My inseam is 32. Alrighty, it looks like everybody's back in. Oh, that looks like a great success, right?
Yep.
Yeah, great success is a 6 or less. So, Rudigar, you're able to do your damage. You literally chop a leg off and cleave into her lower abdomen. And again, you see this yellowish, greenish, viscous fluid as opposed to blood. She screams again, and you tagged her for damage, and you now are able to jump, and you're in between her thorax and her abdomen of her humanoid body. So you are literally, you're like, she is in front of you, and you are like astride this giant spider. But unfortunately, she screams out in agony and pain, this psychic scream. I need everybody to make an intelligence luck save. Please don't fail. Angie,
Yep.
I think it's a fail.
It's a terrible failure.
It is. Do you have any points left? Oh, Lothar.
Yes.
Redigar's fine.
Nice.
Mavius, I can trust you, buddy, to foobar it.
I'll use a
Anybody?
roll.
All right.
Oh, it changed. Int luck.
Oh, it was almost.
Yeah.
So Angie, you're the only one that failed, I believe. And
Nah, I
Lothar-
failed.
So Angie and Lothar. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. Oh, you're lucky. Both of you, your intelligence reduced by 4 until further notice. So whatever your intelligence is on your character sheet, reduce it by 4 as. Oh, and you lose your next action, by the way.
Oh boy, stunned.
This psychic scream just pierces your mind. The barbarian loses her rage, drops her sword, falls to her knees, clutching her head. Lothar does the same thing. You're lucky I don't have a token for your owl, because I'd make the owl roll as well. Your owl would have just exploded. It flew away. It's not dumb. Like, fuck this. Spider the size of a house. I'm out. So, I gotta bring the combat tracker back up. So that was hurtful. That was Rudigar. Job well done, sir. Lothar, you lose your turn. Hobbs, you're up. Crossbow is loaded.
So I haven't actually seen much, so I'll come diving out of here in slow motion to fire my crossbow at it.
Okay.
Not knowing that Rudigar is riding the Dryden.
Yeah, and I think you are not subject to that same rule that Lothar is now. So if you miss, there is a 33% chance that you will hit him.
Indeed, sir.
I'm hoping you miss, but that's just me.
Easy.
I know, I'm sorry. That's very mean of me.
Here it is. Oh yeah, all I have to do is do this. Boom.
Oh. Why don't you go ahead and give me percentile dice, sir? There's a D100 down there in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh. 15 wasn't good enough?
Let me double check her AC. Actually, I might have spoken too soon. It is good enough. You did hit.
Yes, 7 points.
Ooh. Okay. So 7 puts her at. Well, we'll talk about it after the session. So, as your bolt pierces her right between her breast, goes into her where you think her heart would be, and she again releases this terrible dying scream. Guess what, everybody? Make another intelligence luck save. Actually, Lothar and Angie don't have to make it. They are already on the ground mewling and drooling. Ooh. Mavius, I think that's a failure, sir.
Yeah, I'll roll again. I'll use my last. I have one more after this.
Mavius
Yes!
made it. Great success. Doesn't even phase. It's because of the killing blow. That's what it was.
He's just lucky.
Yeah, Rudiger, I believe that's a failure, sir. Are you out of luck points?
Can I use a reroll?
You can. Do you have one left?
Yeah, last one.
Okay. Make it count, sir.
It's gonna be a good one.
So luck intelligence. Nice. Okay. So the spider queen falls to the ground, dead. Rudiger is astride her back, about to plunge his sword into her back, when all of a sudden a bolt, you literally see it pierce through her back. It scares the crap out of you, and she lets out this ear-piercing scream that you only hear in your head, and she crumbles.
That's actually a failure for Rudiger because our luck keeps going down as we succeed.
Oh, is it?
I hate to be that guy. Sorry, Nasser.
Let's look at its rules. How do I know if I failed or passed?
Because when you look in the chat, it says failure. So you says Rudiger rolled a 10 and you needed a 9.
Okay, I wasn't looking at the chat.
Great success is a 4. Total failure is a 13. Yeah. And you can also, when you look at your character sheet, your luck is going down each time you succeed. So when you're looking at your attributes and skills, there's this health AC, and right below that is luck. You'll see the luck points going down right where you're adjusting your reroll points.
I can see them going down, but I wasn't looking at the chat. That's the point. That's what problem.
So that's the cool thing about the mechanic, and we'll talk about that after when we're done, because we're just about wrapping up. So Lothar and Angie, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Luck Constitution, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. As there's just this searing pain in your head, but now that she's dead, perhaps you'll have the internal fortitude to shake it off. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh nope, Lothar still failed. Right?
Yeah,
but
it's a
Angie got
luck
a greater
save.
success. So Angie, while you feel as dumb as a rock, which is par for the course, I think, you don't feel right, but you're very shaky on your feet. She gets up first. Lothar is still on the ground, holding his head, just mewling like a kitten. He's, his eyes are rolled up in the back of his head. He's drooling on himself, and his body appears to be, he's in some sort of mental anguish. It appears that the spiders are dead. It is all quiet in the farm area. The remnants of the bodies of these, what you assume are the farmers, there's not much left. Some rags, some goo, and every once in a while you see like this weird spider kind of skitter across somewhere and go into the shadows. And yeah, what do you guys do?
So are Lothar and Rudiger still affected by this? Or no?
Lothar failed, right? Yeah, Lothar failed. So Angie she seems to be composed. She still appears to be in pain. What is your intelligence at right now, Angie?
2.
Yeah, she's kind of babbling like a baby right now, and she's got her eyes are crossed, but she's unsteadily getting to her feet. Lothar, what is your intelligence at right now?
8.
8. Okay, so he can talk, but it doesn't sound like before. He was very kind of well spoken and complete sentences, and now he's just like, head hurts. He doesn't seem to be.
But
like
you're not losing. You're still not losing intelligence.
No, it appears to have stabilized.
Rudiger is okay. I was going to say, do I need to try to do something to intervene, or?
This would really require some sort of magical healing.
Okay, I don't have magical healing. I could pierce the veil to see if I could see something, if there's something I could do. But other than
I think
that,
that's stretching the pierced availability a little bit.
Okay.
They are quite foobarred right now. Being somewhat of a wizard, you would realize that this is some sort of like psychic attack, and probably the only thing that's going to really help is rest. Calm environment. That kind of.
It looks like there was a bed in there. See if I can maybe gather something, or like use their bedrolls out of their packs, or the horse blankets or something, to try and make them as comfortable as possible and help them away from. Do I actually think this was Arachne, or is there any way to tell, or no?
Well, are you searching the rooms, or the giant spider looks very similar, and the cultists that you fought down below the Crow's Keep. These guys look very similar, except they were a little more arachnid in shape and form, and of course the cultists in the basement didn't explode into spiders, so that's a little disconcerting as well. But yeah, it seems to. There's obviously, when she touched your mind down in Crow's Keep, we didn't get to talk about this before, but yeah, you saw this like the first age. From the books you've read and stuff, it was kind of like that time. The iconography and stuff, and the way people dressed, and this woman, this goddess, for lack of a better term, was worshipped as a god. And of course, there was a lot of like spider type motif. And it kind of seems. Okay, yeah, we're about to wrap it up, Angie, and if you need to drop off, go ahead. We'll finish up with everybody else. But yeah, you remember that touching your mind, so to speak.
Okay.
If you take time to search, which I'm assuming you do, you could use the bed to get these guys comfortable. That kind of thing.
Yep, that's what I'm going to try to do.
Yeah. You're pretty much the only one coherent, I think, at this moment, besides Angie. Angie could help you lift bodies if you told her what to do, but she doesn't seem to be, in complete, faculties. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
She's almost like a child, as opposed, this child's brain in the body of a barbarian woman. Radagar is down, clutching his head. Lothar is still clutching his head and mewling. So they're kind of hurt, man. This is whatever this mojo is, it's bad. But we'll say, for the sake of expediency, and because it's getting late, it's already 10:30. And Angie had to drop off, or Joann had to drop off. You're able to search, and you find a book. So you can write down on your book, or down on your character sheet, that you have a book of Arachne. But you're going to have to somehow work to get it translated.
I just happen to have a spell.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll save that for next session.
Okay.
A big thank you to Nasser for getting up super stupid early. I hope you had fun, sir. Your leap onto the spider's back was amazing. And that's where the exploits come in. I think that's a super cool option in the game. Mr. Archer over there, the ranger, Josh. So some good shots there, sir. And then Hobbs playing your character. I really wanted to see some more spells, but it's really the game penalizes you for casting spells. 'Cause it is
Don't
literally-
lie. You don't want to see spells. You want to see him roll on the DDM chart.
Okay, you called me. I admit, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that 1 or 2 or maybe a 3 come up.
You want to see his arm turn into like tentacles or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see tentacles grow off of his chin. But I really like the system. I mean, it's D&D, but the flair and the feel that it gives is just, for me, it's way better. Akin to like some of the OSRs. It's simple, it's fast. I mean, we got through two and a half combats, and we got some role playing in as well in 2.5 hours. I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, and you guys got some things done. Hobbs has a book, or I should say, Mavius has a book that he'll be able to spend some time with, and maybe we'll do that, off the stream through Discord chat, and we'll talk about that, and then we'll roll into the 3rd session. I'm planning this to be a 4 to 6 session series, and so we're going into the 3rd session, which means you guys all level up to 3rd level. So normally that wouldn't happen this fast. Hobbs knows that. But because we're just trying to get a feel for the game and show people what it can do and how awesome it is, we want to go ahead and have everybody level up. And so what we can do is, I'm going to be online tomorrow. We have our Star Wars game, Josh, tomorrow. So I can open up the server tomorrow afternoon. I've got some honeydew chores for the wife to do in the morning, but I can open up the server if you guys want to log in and update your characters to 3rd level. Nasser, you have the book, correct? Yeah, you made your character anyway. So yeah, everybody has access to the book. So it shouldn't. I don't think it'll be an issue. And then I'll take a look at your character sheets when I get a chance, just to see what your new abilities are. But starting with Josh, what did you think, sir?
That ability damage is brutal.
That's fun, by the way. I took that from some other. I was reading another OSR game earlier today, and it had some like psychic stuff, and it's pretty brutal. So it is a little high level, but I wanted to give you guys a challenge. And instead of just fighting another spider, this one had some abilities that were,
make it different. Yeah,
make it different. And I'm a firm believer in the players should know what the monsters can do. So I think it's up to the game master to keep things fresh and different. And you guys did great, because every turn she can do that psychic scream, and you just didn't give her a chance. And then Nasser with his Rodeo Joe antics over there.
I think we need to find a way to get him a cowboy hat or something.
Right, some spurs. Spurs that look like a spider web, So, but
or at least a really big belt buckle,
Or a really big belt buckle with a spider motif on it. But as far as this is have you played low fantasy gaming before?
No, never played.
I meant Josh.
Sorry. No, we this is our first with low fantasy gaming. We've done some Low Life 2090, which is almost the same system. So.
Right, very similar. And you played in my game, so which we're still play testing, and we'll go back to that. So, but you like it? I mean, you're enjoying it?
Yeah, I like the quickness of it. I like the minimalness of it.
Your ranger's capable. I felt your ranger was very capable. All right, moving on to Mr. Hobbs. You're an old pro because you're a GM. You run this game.
I do. I run this game quite a bit.
How's it feel to be on the player side?
Oh, it's fun. I love playing games and getting into it, and I probably enjoy getting all my fellow players in more trouble than anything else, if you can't tell.
I think you did great. And you really, I love it when you're like, eep, and you ran into the house because you're like, fuck this. I am not a fighter. I'm going to load the crossbow, peek my head out and shoot, and then I'm going back in.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I have a good time.
Yeah, you played your character quite well. And of course, I watch your stream. for the it's what's it called again? The axe something.
Chronicle of the Cursed Axe. And
Yeah.
the game has nothing to do with the Cursed Axe so
Right.
far.
That's just the name.
Yep,
Right.
yep. Just the name of the bar.
Yeah. So, yeah, really well done. I think you played your character quite well. We'll have to get Angie's thoughts when she's not half asleep. I'm sorry it went a little long. Nasser, what did you think, sir? This is your first chance playing low fantasy.
I loved it. I liked how the actions happen in every turn. It's really different. I think, and I agree with you when you say that this is what D&D should have been.
I really, I mean, not that D&D is a bad game. That obviously it's very popular. There's tons of streams out there. There's tons of people playing it. But for me, it's like snore. I mean, I just don't want to GM it. It's boring to me. But this to me is not boring. This is I had as much fun, and then we even got Mavius some bread. So
And it's not head point attrition as well.
right, it's not a hit be hit be hit. It's fluid. It's moving. It's consequences. I mean, the cultist. I mean, I really was hoping I would have hit with the thrown axe when the cultist jumped out from behind the well, but unfortunately he missed. They're schlubs. They were just cannon fodder, but they slowed you down. I didn't expect you guys to whip through them that fast, but then when you literally just killed them all, and obviously you saw what happened when they died. So obviously they were just walking incubators. Which pissed off Mama, and then you guys had to deal with her. So a lot of fun there. For me, I really like the flow of the game. I like, fantasy ground. Foundry is new to me. I'm just starting to dig into it, but I think aside from me accidentally closing the session on us, I think everything went pretty okay. I just converted my Pathfinder game over to Foundry, so we had character. Yeah, with character creation last night, and it seemed to go pretty well. So Foundry seems to be the tool of choice for me anyway. I kind of enjoyed it. What did you guys all think of Foundry in and of itself? Start with Josh.
It's getting a lot easier to use. We started using it in all our games as well, and I like the open source character sheets and things like that you can make your own. I like the support for it. I like the ease of use of the tools, like the measuring and the targeting and the flexible nature of the character sheets and the way the roles work. That you can bring the compendiums in and start doing custom weapons rolls and things like that. It's really, really, really flexible and neat.
Yeah, and if you guys look in the journal entries, you'll see that I put the books in there. Yeah, so you can reference them.
Yeah, I didn't notice that you could do that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that.
It's called PDF Foundry. It's a module that you add in, and then what you do is you just click down at the bottom. It says Create PDF, and then you just path to wherever your PDF is, and boom, it's there. And then you have to make it visible to all the players. Can you guys see? You should be able to see them. You should see the Midlands, the low fantasy.
Yeah.
And
I saw the titles. I didn't actually click on it, but
yeah, you'll see the little PDF icon to the right. If you click that, it should open the book for you.
I was hesitant to click on anything that said it was put out there by a guy named Mr. Mean, so I was like, yeah, that sounds like trouble. No clicky. No, don't want to see that. That's not safe for work. Nasser, what did you think, sir?
I think I like Foundry. It's very simple, not very complicated. I think it's a really cool system. Like,
Is this your first time using it?
Yeah, it's my first time using it.
So that's a testament right there. It's the first time he's ever used it, and he jumped right in. He was moving his token. He was targeting. He was attacking. He was rolling damage. So yeah, pretty. Hobbs, you're a Roll20 guy. What do you think?
I feel like it's over complex to me, but like I have 5,000 hours of Roll20, so I use that a lot. But I mean, I'll play anything with anything. So
Right.
I'm always going to
I
have
will
fun
tell
playing
you-
a game.
I will say, as opposed to Roll20, because I've got a couple hours in Roll20 as well. Roll20 does the layers thing where you can get real tripped up as a GM.
I
And the
hear that a lot from people. The layers
Yeah.
thing trips everybody up, but I
there's
mean,
no layers in Foundry.
you still have to do
So
walls and I own Foundry. I'm not saying I don't own it. I do. I own it, but it took me over a half hour to try to figure out how to open it and to do anything with it. And so
we'll say that GM point of view, you gotta watch some YouTube videos.
yeah.
You gotta do your homework to get it fired up. But I will say, I mean, this is my second game with it, using it as a game master, and everything went pretty good, to be honest. The tokens you guys didn't see the tokens on the board. I could have, if I'd have used the correct wall, and that's my mistake. You wouldn't have been able to see the interior of the house. It would have been like there was a roof on it, right? But
I think
was
I think it has way more power than Roll20 just because, and it's a lot easier because you can make your own modules that you can give out to people and all that stuff. And I mean, it's obviously a lot less money. So it's one of those things. If you're going to put the time into it, you should do it.
But I will agree with you. You put a shit ton of hours into Roll20, and you've got probably quite a bit of money invested in it as well. So to turn it off and turn on Foundry and say I'm going to use Foundry now, I can. That's basically throwing money down the toilet, right?
Yep.
For the Roll20 stuff.
Well,
So
I think I can download almost all of the stuff that I purchased there, but then it's going to take time, and I just haven't. I'm not ready to take that time yet. That's all.
Right, and there's a learning curve, right? Because Roll20 does it ABC, Foundry does it XYZ. So,
Yeah.
and that's and I'm coming from a Fantasy Grounds background, as well with the Classic and the Unity, and so I find myself consistently making the same mistakes over again because that's how you do it in Unity.
Yeah.
And I have to kick myself and go, no, you dummy, you do it. Foundry does it differently, but I feel that this game went much smoother than the first game did, as far as. And I will say that there's a ton of YouTube videos out there on how to do things in Foundry. Sadly, most of them are, pointed towards D&D. But if you're a halfway savvy, let's put it this way: if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. So I got to say, to wrap things up, because it's getting late here. I know Nasser is probably going to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I think I'll continue my day.
Yeah, there you go. Right, have another cup of coffee and off you go.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm very pleased with it, and I really, and I'm looking forward to next session. Everybody will be level 3, and hopefully Hobbs will have some time. Mavius will pour over that book, and we'll say, Josh, if you want to put a note down there in the bottom, just saying that you guys were able to rest. You took a long rest for a couple of days. You're not going to get your 5 gold back, but you're able to get back to the keep, or to Crow's Keep, in 5 days. So you're able to return the horses, cost you the full 20 gold, and then Mavius can probably spend that time, you guys recuperating. You get all your intelligence, so let Angie know, Joann know that her intelligence is back to normal.
Will do.
You guys rested, you're okay, you're back up, and then you'll be 3rd level. And Mavius would probably spend most of that time researching that book and trying to cast whatever spells he needs to cast in a controlled environment so as to not invoke the DDM too much. I mean, there's always a chance, right? But yeah, and I'll trust you to make those rolls, and see if you're able to decipher the book, since you said you have a spell for that.
I do. Speaker of all tongues.
Nice. So that we don't just waste in-game time.
That's fine.
And then, but when we go back, so next Saturday night's game, we'll pick up for you have deciphered the book, and then we'll sit there and we'll have a discussion with the party about what the book talks about and everything.
Sweet.
And how creepy and spooky everything is. So,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much. Josh, thank
bet.
Joann for me. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to next week. And Hobbs, go ahead and post the links and everything when it's all uploaded and everything. And everybody out there in the Mr. Meanie Army, thank you so much for watching. And remember, as always, be nice.
That's right. Thanks, everyone, for this little trip through Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., with Chronicle of the Cursed Axe. Until then, TJ, cue the music.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for my gamers. Won't you be one?
Are we still
It was
recording?
very bad music. So awesome, guys. Well, I had a blast. Thank you so much.
That was a
Thanks, Ken.
Nasser, you brought some much-needed muscle.
I just wanted to test how the system is, like recharging. It was cool. I really enjoyed it. Like this, low
Now,
fancy game.
the thing for future reference is when you charge as the barbarian and the fighter, when you charge, you can charge up to 60 feet. And if it's in a straight line, you can make your attacks as normal. You have to declare the charge.